kind of I'm gonna try to repeat what they had to say. So what they both said at first is that the death penalty is outdated, and yeah, it did. The death penalty started like way before, it was used in the Russian Revolution. I mean, yeah, the French Revolution. It is outdated, but you're never gonna outdate the feeling that you have when you lose somebody in a terrible way. Like you have a daughter, she gets murdered, she gets raped. You're gonna be mad the same way as people back then would have been mad and would want the same penalty for that person. What we want and what we like to have is like people have, you have to pay for what you did. The death penalty does justice to victims, for the victims that either are still alive or passed away. Dr. Joseph M. Bessett says, put another way, to sentence killers like those described above to less than death would fail to do justice because the penalty would be grossly disproportionate to the heinous of the crime. So a crime has to be sentenced justly. You can't give somebody a longer sentence just because you feel something is outdated. And then from there I'm going to go to the cost of the death penalty. They say that the cost of the death penalty is too much. Their main reason why it takes longer is because the trials last longer, because they keep on having, they keep on trying to make the trial process longer, so it takes more money, it takes more, you have to pay for more lawyers. Trial court takes money, it does take money from the government, but we can speed up that process, and it already was passed this November in California. It's called Prop 66, where Prop 66, or the Death Penalty Reform and Savings Act, which is, aimed at saving money, is that it claims that court procedures such as legal challenges for death sentences would be subject to various changes, such as the time limit on those challenges. So it's just going to reduce the time limit on the trials, and it will make it faster. That way, the cost is a lot lower, because that's the biggest reason why death penalty costs so much, because of the trials. Also, the death penalty can reduce the cost of just the jail system, or the penal system, because when you're in trial, and you're guilty, you're gonna opt for a lesser sentence. So you're gonna admit to guilt. You know you're guilty. You're gonna admit to guilt, and rather than having the trial take longer, you're gonna go for the lesser sentence, which is life in prison, rather than the death penalty. So that does save money for the government as well. Also, the prison system just costs so much. There's so many people there. The American prison system, according to Brian Kincaid, says that the estimate turnover of the American prison system is $74 billion, and that is greater than the GDP of 133 nations. So that's a lot of money, just for keeping people in jail. Might as well just let them go. Let's kill. And then after that, they go saying that that the death penalty is cruel and unusual punishment. And I don't think it's cruel and unusual punishment, because we do lethal injection. We use pentobarbital, we use an agent that puts you to sleep and makes you unconscious, and it doesn't let you feel the rest of the agents that go after that. Also, I think, well, what I researched is that some inmates that get life in jail actually end up regretting. They prefer going to death row. David R. Dow, a professor at the University of Houston Law Center, says I've had clients who want me to fight for them, and then we win and get their death sentence covered into life, and they end up telling me I've betrayed them. So I think that's as well cruel and unusual punishment. And also, the last thing they said that it would benefit the U.S., and they say it because our funding can be used elsewhere with that money, and we can use the funding for like more research into how to make it easier. And there's another way that it benefits the U.S. if we keep it. If you have the death penalty, crime is proved to become lower. Eliminating the death penalty will increase crime. Members of prison gangs have influence outside of the U.S. I mean, outside of the jail. So, like, it's better we, kill them. Well, that's like our biggest disadvantage if we eliminate the death penalty, is that crime will increase, and I hope he has more information on that.